Hey everyone, it is that time again where I share some of my Q&As with you. What are Q&As? These are questions and answers that I send along with my TTMs to various athletes and celebrities. And I ask softball questions, just random stuff. Sometimes it's generic. Sometimes it's very specific about them personally. And sometimes they actually answer the question. So coming up next will be a quick synopsis of some of those questions and answers. I got about 20-ish here, and I hope you enjoy it. Mike Joy is a sports commentator. Now, he's done a lot with NASCAR and Fox Sports, but he's also worked with Barrett Jackson doing the auctions. I thought that was kind of interesting. I asked him, who is your favorite person with whom to talk racing when cameras aren't on? And he said, my son. I thought that was a great answer. Eric Nolte played in the MLB as a pitcher, played for the Padres and the Rangers. I asked, what was the best advice your parents or mentor gave you? And he said, be humble, work hard. John Larroquette is one of my favorite actors from the 80s. He's best known for his roles on Night Court, which is my favorite. He was also on Star Trek 3 and Stripes. I asked, did you have a favorite guest character that Dan Fielding prosecuted? And he said, Brett Spiner. Here's a quick clip. I love this one.
Hello, it's us.
Bob and June Wheeler, as I live and breathe, how the heck are you?
Couldn't be better, sir. It's always a pleasure to be hauled up before you. And as usual, the accommodations were lovely.
Bob Rahilly is a NASCAR team owner. I asked him, what was your first hard lesson as a new owner? And he said, I found out the cost of racing. Can't imagine. The great Dan O'Brien won the 1996 Olympic gold medal for the decathlon for the United States. I asked, as a spectator, which decathlon event is your favorite to watch? He said, long jump, power plus speed plus timing. And then he said, I was there to see Carl Lewis and Mike Powell in Tokyo in 1991. Here's a clip of Dan and of that really amazing long jump competition between Carl and Mike.
Incredibly, Dan O'Brien is kicking. Dan O'Brien is moving up as Dvorak wins. Busman second, Hamalainen third, but Dan O'Brien, showing the courage of a world champion and an Olympic champion, is picking it up. Dan O'Brien trying to sprint to the finish, and Dan O'Brien takes the title of world's greatest athlete.
This is Mike Powell, fifth round jump. He's starting to run out of time. Powell's got to get on his horse right here. Oh, big jump for Powell. Powell standing in front of the board, transfixed. 29.4 and a half, a new world record. Everyone in this stadium knows what Carl Lewis is capable of. With his 100-meter speed at its peak right now, no one counts him out of this competition. And another big jump for Lewis. Done. 29 feet even, and the streak has come to an end.
Scott Pearson played left wing in the NHL. I asked, you have 73 unique hockey cards. Do you have a favorite? And he said, wow, I didn't know that. Proud of them all and thankful to have that many. Mike Kingerly played in the outfield in MLB. Played for 6 teams from 1986 to 1996. I asked, do you have a favorite opening day memory? He said, not one in particular, was grateful for each day. Pam Reimer gave a great response. She was one of the race stoppers. I asked, what was the process to become a race stopper? She said, I was called for a cattle call, in quotations, at a modeling agency in Charlotte. That day, I was told that they met over 175 girls. I made the cut, and the following week, I was on my way to Daytona. Simple as that. Actually, I asked Bill Brodick why I was selected, and he told me because I was not a race fan. He said he didn't need a fan, he needed someone who would do the job and not be watching the race. Made sense to me. Miss Jacqueline Bisset was an actress, known for her roles on Casino Royale and Murder on the Orient Express. I asked, if you could choose one actor to play the next James Bond, whom would you choose? And she said, maybe Idris Elba, which I think is a great choice. Here's Idris. MLB pitcher Bill Wegman played with the Brewers from 85 to 95. I asked a couple questions. I asked, you have 785 unique baseball cards. Do you have a favorite? He said, nope, I didn't know I had so many. I also asked, was there a time in your career when you thought you wouldn't be a Brewer? He said, not really. I loved playing in Milwaukee. I loved this 1962 Topps card of Charlie James. I just thought he looked so happy. My question to him was, you look so happy on your 1962 Topps card. Do you remember this day? What was going on? And he responded, having a good year in 62. He signed it and then put 64 World Series champion. Kirk Triplett, professional golfer, played on the PGA for a while, 17 PGA wins, and he was actually Tournament Rookie of the Year, which I thought was fun. I asked, who was your favorite caddy? And he said, Paul, quote, Pablo Youngman. I also asked, what is your least used club that you always keep in your bag? And he said the 3-iron. Ironically, one of my favorite clubs. Here's Pablo. I was thrilled to get a response from Bill Greason. I believe he is the last living baseball player who played in the Negro Leagues. He answered a couple questions for me. First, I asked, who was your favorite battery mate? Now, I think he read it as teammate, and his response is amazing because his response was Willie Mays. Amazing. I also asked, how did your teammates on Birmingham react to you going to play in St. Louis? And he said, blessed. I thought this was a great picture of Bill and Willie together. Texas Rangers Hall of Famer Toby Harrah played in the MLB, third base and shortstop. Actually played for 4 teams from 69 to 86. Rangers are just my favorite. He was also the Rangers manager in 92, and he was a 4-time All-Star. I asked, what was your best day as a Texas Ranger? And he said, every day I walked out on that baseball field playing against the best. Pat Combs was MLB pitcher, played with the Phillies from 80 to 92. I asked, what was your favorite school tradition at Baylor? He said, homecoming. I also asked, you have 102 unique baseball cards. Do you have a favorite? He said, thanks for that research. I had no idea how many cards I had. I love the action shots, 90 score and 91 tops, Desert Shield specials. Here's that 90 score. I like that one too. And the 91 tops Desert Shield. Not an inexpensive set to put together. Greg Twiggs, professional golfer. I asked, where is your favorite place to play when not on tour? He said Cypress Point. I also asked, who is the funniest person with whom you were paired on tour? And he said Fuzzy Zeller. Here's Cypress. And here's Fuzzy. Rick Rennick was a player and a coach in the MLB. Played from 68 to 72 and coached from 81 to 2002. Got a ring in 1987. My question to him was, did you manage any ball players that you felt really deserved a chance to play with the big club but didn't get a chance? And he said, yes, quite a few. No specifics. Dave Barr played in the NHL as a right wing. Played for 7 teams from 81 to 93. I asked, you have 58 unique hockey cards. Do you have a favorite? He said Top Stadium Club and Score 91. Here's that Stadium Club. Great set. He actually has several for the 91-92 Score. I picked this one. And professional baseball player Manny Hernandez. I asked, who is your favorite Dominican ball player? And he said, Julio Rodriguez. And I also asked, who was your favorite catcher? And he said, Ivan Rodriguez. Here's Julio. Here's Pudge. All right. Well, that was awesome. I enjoyed doing this. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the Q&As. Let me know down below which one was your favorite. I have a favorite, but I don't want to spoil it. So let me know. Thank you again so much for taking the time to hang out with me and engage. I appreciate it. Y'all take care. Bye.
I'm a nerd too. I just found that out tonight.